recipe, and I'm also going to show you how I make my roasted peanut powder at home. So let's start with the tomato Koshimbir. Now here I've taken 2 large tomatoes and I've chopped them really fine. I'm going to add this to a mixing bowl. I'm going to add 1 medium-sized onion chopped fine. Now mix the two really well together. Now I'm going to add about half a cup of roasted peanut powder. You can add as per your taste. And this peanut powder also is very easy to prepare. Next, I'm going to add some salt to taste. And I'm going to add about half a teaspoon of sugar. You can add the sugar and salt as per taste. Now mix everything really well together. Now I'm going to give a small tadka or a fodni. So I've taken half a tablespoon of oil, heated it up in a small pan or a cuddler, and I'm going to add half a teaspoon each of mustard seeds, cumin seeds, asafoetida and turmeric powder. Now I'm also going to add 1 green chili that I've cut really fine, and we're going to fry this green chili really well. We're going to add this tadka or fodni to the koshimbir and mix everything really well together. This tadka really elevates the flavor of this koshimbir. And just garnish it with some kothimbir or some cilantro or coriander leaves. And I like to keep this in the refrigerator, and it tastes really nice when it's served chilled. And this is a great accompaniment to, amti bhat or some puri bhaji. It's like a nice refreshing salad. It can be had all by itself too. And now moving on to how I make this roasted peanut powder. So I've taken about 2 cups of raw peanuts in a large pan, and we're going to roast this on a low to medium flame, stirring continuously. This took me about 5 whole minutes till the peanuts were nice and roasted. And you'll hear this popping sound as they get ready. And also the color of the peel will change to a darker brown color with black spots on it, so you know that it's ready. Now you can turn off your flame and let the peanuts cool down, in the pan itself. Not completely cool down, they should be a little bit warm. And then you transfer them to a large plate. Or I have this, lovely... I think it's called soup in Marathi. I don't know what the English word for it is. Maybe you all can write it in the comment section below. And that way, I can easily just peel off the peanuts. Now, while they are warm, it's easier for the peel to come off. And you can also use a nice dry kitchen napkin like this to make the work easier. Try to get off as much of the peel as you can. Now, generally, once I peel them, I, sit on my kitchen floor and I do this. But right now, for the camera, I'm putting it on my platform. So just, kind of shake off the peanuts like this and then just blow away the peel. It's very easy to do that. You just have to, kind of lift the, or rather just, it's difficult to explain in words. But, just kind of get the peel of the peanuts and just blow away the peel so that all you're left with is this lovely peeled peanuts to make the peanut powder with. And these peanuts, you can, if you don't want to use them in a peanut powder, you can just keep them as a snack, as roasted peanuts. They taste delicious. And they're pretty healthy too. So you can do this on your kitchen window, or you can just sit on the floor. That's what I generally do, and then sweep off all the, peel. But try to get off all of the peel, or as much as the peel that you can. And I like to make about 2 cups, 1.5 cup of this peanut powder and keep it handy. You can use this for kanda batata rasa. You can use it for sabudana khichdi, sabudana vadas. You can use it to make tir gur. So it has a lot of uses in the kitchen. And I'll link all the recipes that I've used my peanut powder in the description box below. And now once we finished with getting off all the peel, generally I sweep it off the floor, but right now I'm just taking it all off my kitchen platform. And then we're just going to blitz it. You don't want to grind it, you want to blitz it. So you just blitz, stop. And you want a little bit of the peanuts also to be there. You don't want a completely smooth powder. So a little bit of the peanuts, pieces of peanuts, and you're all set to go. And your peanut powder is all ready. So do try out these 2 recipes and let me know how you liked it in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. So first we're going to start by making the dough for the samosas. So I've taken 1.5 cup of whole wheat flour. To that I'm going to add 7 teaspoons of hot melted ghee or clarified butter. Now knead this or crumble the dough with this hot ghee, and you should be able to hold the flour in your hand. That means the ghee has nicely coated the flour. Now we're going to add a little water at a time, and we're going to make this really soft and flexible dough. Something very similar that you would make for karanjis or nyoris. I will leave a link for that. Now you could use maida also, but I'm going with whole wheat flour for these samosas. Now knead the dough nicely for 2 minutes because we want a very flexible dough, because when we are rolling out the dough, we're not going to use any flour. So our dough has to be really, really flexible. And we're going to now, just rest the dough for about 10 to 15 minutes once we have kneaded it. Now after 10 to 15 minutes, I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of cumin seeds and 1/4 teaspoon of ova or ajwain. Again, knead the dough and just set it aside. Now we'll start working on our filling while the dough is resting. So here I've taken 4 large potatoes and I'm just boiled them. I'll leave the instructions of how to boil the potatoes, and then I'm going to peel them and really mash them well. Then I'm going to add some salt to taste and again mix the potatoes really well with the salt. Now I'm going to take some green chilies. Now I use a mixture of light green chilies and dark green chilies. The ratio is always 2:1. So if I'm using 2 light green chilies, I use 1 dark chili. That will give you the right amount of spice hit. Now altogether I've taken about 10 chilies. I will leave the instructions of how many dark and how many light. And I'm going to make this into a very nice fine paste of the green chilies. Then I'm going to take 1 inch of ginger and grate the ginger really, really well. So now that our prepping is done, let me take you through all the ingredients for the filling. So here we have our mashed potatoes, we have the green chili paste. Here is the grated ginger. Now besides these 3 ingredients that you've already seen, I'm also going to be using 1 teaspoon of Kitchen King masala. This really elevates the flavor of the samosa. 1 teaspoon of roasted coriander or dhania powder. 1 teaspoon of roasted cumin or jeera powder. This is half a teaspoon of just plain cumin seeds. 1 teaspoon of pepper powder. Half a teaspoon of ova. Half a teaspoon of fennel seeds or sauf as we call them. And I'm also going to be using manukas, which are these dark dried grapes. They just add a lovely punch to this samosa filling. Now I'm just going to add the mashed potatoes to a large mixing bowl. Now here in a small kadai, I've added 1 teaspoon of oil or kadla. Once the oil is hot, I'm going to add the cumin seeds, the green chili paste, as well as the ova. And we're going to fry this really well till the green chilies have really fried well and you get the lovely aroma of the green chilies, the ova and the cumin. So say for about half a minute, fry them really well. And now I'm going to add this to my mashed potatoes. So just flatten out the mashed potatoes and add this lovely mixture that we've just fried to the mashed potatoes. Now I'm also going to use these white peas that I've just boiled and set aside. That's completely optional, but it really adds, a nice uh, kind of body to the samosa. Now I'm going to add all the ingredients that I mentioned, all the dry powders, grated ginger. So I'm going to be adding all of that. And you can add it to taste also. So once you've added all the powders, like the measurements that I have given you, if you find that you need a little bit more of pepper or a little bit more of cumin, you can always add according to your taste. But guys, this tastes just like the samosas that you get outside in restaurants. It's so flavorsome and so delicious. Even the kitchen king masala just adds a different taste to it. Now these dried manukas is optional, but guys, believe me, it really adds a little bit of sweetness that is needed for this filling. And the vatanas, as you call them, white vatanas, also just boil them for about 15 minutes in water. Don't pressure cook them because then they become very mushy. Soak them for about 20 minutes and then boil them for about 20 minutes. And then of course add the salt as per your taste. And that's our filling. It's all ready. So don't add any coriander, any dhania. It will change the entire taste. Just keep it like this. Only adjust the salt and all the other ingredients to your taste. Mash it up all well. Mix everything nicely together so the potatoes get nicely coated. Now we're going to make small balls, lime-sized balls of the dough. And we're going to roll them like this into an elongated kind of a shape. We don't want a round chapati shape, but a round, like a lotus pad kind of a lotus leaf rather kind of a shape, a long shape like this. This is the perfect one. We're going to cut it in the middle. Now we're going to coat the edges with a little bit of water. Fold it like this. Put water so that it gets bound well. Then just take it into the palm of your hand like a cup like this. And just add about a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons. Don't overfill it or don't underfill it. Just till the brim, leaving a little space. Then again apply a little bit of water and seal the edges. Now it's very important to seal the edges just like we do with karanjis or nyoris. Sealing the edges is very important. Otherwise when you go to fry them, if the filling comes out again, it's a big fiasco. So I'm showing you 2 more. And once you get the hang of it, it'll be very easy to do it. Just ensure that it's sealed well, there are no gaps, there are no holes in the dough. If there are, then just restart again. And you can cut off the extra edges with a knife, or you can keep them if you want a little bit of crispy edges. But seal the edges like this really well. So this is like the perfect samosa. So you can make all of these samosas and keep them aside. You can even store them in a airtight container for a day or two. Don't keep them longer for a day or two in the refrigerator. And whenever hunger strikes, you can just deep fry them. So now that our samosas are ready, I'm just going to heat some oil and I'm just going to deep fry them till they're nice and golden brown in color on a medium to high heat, but keep an eye on it. And then just drain the excess oil on some kitchen napkins and you're all set to go. Now I'll be serving this with a special chutney. I will be sharing that chutney recipe very soon, but it's this typical chutneys that you get with the Punjabi samosas in like real good restaurants. They serve this lovely red spicy sweet chutney, so look out for that recipe. It will be coming up soon, and if I've already updated it, then uploaded it on my channel, you'll find the link below. So here are our lovely samosas all ready just to be dipped into that lovely sauce and enjoyed while watching your favorite movie or reading your favorite book. So do give this recipe a try and let me know how you liked it. So friends, let's see today's ratta. It's a kees or sweet potato recipe. So here I've soaked the sweet potato in some water for 30 minutes, washed it really well, and then I've peeled it, and using a cheese grater, I've grated this, to these fine shreds. So transfer this to a large bowl. Now, one tip I'd like to give you here is keep all your other ingredients ready, and then grate the sweet potato. So now I'm going to add the paste of 2 chilies, green chilies. The reason being, this sweet potato turns, discolors really quick. So you have to be really quick with this recipe of mixing everything. So now I'm going to add 1/4 cup of roasted peanut powder or shengdana sakut. I'm going to add the juice of half a lemon. Next, I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of sugar and some salt to taste. Now you can adjust the sugar, the salt, the lemon juice, the peanut powder according to your taste. Mix everything really well. Now I'll leave a link of the recipe of how I make roasted peanut powder at home. It's really simple. And for this recipe, I like to keep it coarsely ground. Okay, now I'm going to be heating up a pan and adding some ghee or clarified butter to the pan, and then I'm going to add this mixture to the hot ghee. And now we just have to fry this mixture really well in the ghee. So like I said, for this recipe, when I'm grinding the roasted peanuts, I like to grind them to a little bit of a coarser powder with a little bit of whole pieces of peanut. It just, makes this dish really even more delicious with the crunchy bits of roasted peanut. So now I'm going to cover and cook this for 1 minute. And again, I'm going to repeat this process, by stirring it in between, again covering it, again opening it and stirring it. Now you will notice that it does stick to the bottom of the pan a little bit, but you can just scrape it with a spoon. So this entire process till the ratta or the sweet potato really gets ready took me about 7 minutes. I put a timer on my phone, and the entire thing till it was nice and ready and cooked and crispy took about 7 minutes. So keep doing this till you find that it has become a little on the browner, a golden brown color, a light golden brown color, and the texture also is nice and crispy. So this doesn't have many ingredients, and it's really a nice dish. You can use it for, eat it during upvas, so you can just have it. It's really tasty, and sweet potato is also recommended. It's really good for health too. And now our dish is ready. So all I need to do is just garnish it with some finely chopped coriander. And you can now turn off the flame, and our dish is all ready. So I'm just going to transfer this to a serving dish. Now you can serve this with plain chilled yogurt, or what I like to do is I like to add a little bit of icing sugar or powdered sugar to the yogurt, and a little bit of a chili paste, and then mix that really well, and that becomes a nice dip to go with this, or just as a side dish to this recipe. So you can use that. You can just add a little bit of powdered sugar and crushed up chili to the dahi or the yogurt and serve it up. So this is an amazing recipe. You must give it a try. It's super simple and really nice. So I hope you like it, and I'll catch you in my next video with another recipe. See you soon, guys. Today's recipe is bajra thalipeeth or millet bread, which is gluten-free. It's very tasty and very easy to make. So let's begin. In our ingredients, I'm going to be using 2 cups of bajra flour, or it's also called pearl millet. Then I have a paste of ginger, garlic and green chilies. This is some kasuri methi. This is some ajwain or ova. some haldi powder or turmeric powder, and some fresh coriander. I'm using Himalayan pink salt, some water, and some desi ghee. Now I'm using a heavy bottomed iron pan, and I've already kept it for heating up on a very, very low flame. So let's make the dough. Now for the dough, I am taking the bajra peat or the bajra flour into a large bowl. I'm going to be crushing flavor, and I'm going to be adding that to the flour. If you watch till the end of the video, I have given the benefits of including bajra in your diet as well as ova or ajwain. Now I'm adding the other ingredients, which is the kasuri methi, the fresh coriander or cilantro which has been chopped up. Give all of this a mix. Then I'm going to be adding some turmeric powder or some haldi powder. Even haldi is very good for our health and it should be included in our diet. Now I'm adding salt. Like I mentioned before, I now use Himalayan pink salt. This is as per taste. And now I'm going to be adding some ginger garlic paste. You can add a little at the time, because then you can just taste and see if you don't want it very spicy. Then I'm going to be mixing up everything and just adding a little bit of water and making this into a very soft or a semi-soft dough. It shouldn't be a very, very firm like we use for making chapatis or rotis or puris. It should be a little on the softer side. To the dough that we use for making bhakris, that is for that consistency, a semi-soft dough. Because we're going to be using our hands to flatten it out. We're not going to be using a rolling pin. Now I'm going to also be adding 1 tablespoon of yogurt or dahi or curd. I have a recipe for how do you make dahi at home. I will leave a link for that below. This adds a lovely flavor to the dough as well as it softens up the dough too. Now, like I said, the pan is being preheated. Now I've just taken a plastic sheet or a plastic wrap and I've just moistened it with a little bit of water. You don't have to put a lot of water, just a little bit of water onto the plastic sheet, and take a small ball, a lemon-sized ball of the dough, and just start flattening it out with your fingertips. Now I'm going to be sprinkling some tir or some sesame seeds onto it. And now I'm just going to be inverting this by removing the plastic sheet and putting the thalipeeth onto the hot pan. Now traditionally when you make the maharashtrian thalipeeth or the bharzani thalipeeth, it has a lot of other flowers on it. Now I'm also sprinkling some sesame seeds or some tir on the other end or the other side. This gives a very nice flavor as well as a nice crunch to this dish. Now this is such an easy recipe, so you can use it for your breakfast, you can have it for lunch, you can have it for dinner, you can carry it in your tiffin, you can give it to your kids in their tiffin box. It's such a healthy option, and for those of you who are looking for gluten-free recipes, this is gluten-free, as you're only using the bajra flour, which doesn't have any gluten, as is also called pearl millet. And with all the lovely ingredients that we've added, this is really, really full of flavor and really delicious, and it's so simple to make. You can also make this dough and just keep it in your refrigerator, and when you're ready to make the thalipeeth, you just have to roll it out and heat it up, add a little bit of clarified butter or desi ghee, and it's all ready to eat. This goes very well with some chilled yogurt, dahi or curd, or even some lovely pickle, mango pickle or any pickle of your choice. And you have to cover it and cook it. And when you see that the edges have turned a little golden brown, you can just take out the lid and turn it onto the other side or flip it onto the other side till it becomes nice and golden brown on the other side too. So I hope you like today's recipe. I hope you give this a try and let me know in the comments box below as to how you liked this bajra thalipeeth or pearl millet thalipeeth. Now this bajra flour is easily available in general stores, and you can also buy the whole bajra and then give it a good clean, keep it sun dried, and then give it to grind in your local mill. You can do that, but it is also easily available in the market, the bajra, organic bajra flour. And as you can see, this looks so delicious and it is such a good and healthy meal. So try it out. Let me know your feedback on how you like this. And do go and check my channel, Akshata's Recipes. I have more than 270 recipes at the moment. So you have a wide array of dishes. I have created playlists where you can go and just check what you're looking for. You can look for breakfast items. You can look for lunch recipes, dinner recipes, Maharashtrian recipes, Goan recipes, festive recipes, international dishes like risotto. Like this, then don't forget to leave this video a big thumbs up. Also, by clicking the thumbs up icon, also don't forget to subscribe to my channel and become a part of Akshata's Recipes. Once you have subscribed, there is a small little bell icon that will pop up, so just click on that. That way, whenever I put up a new recipe or a new video, you get a message for the same. So on that note, I'll say bye and I'll catch you in my next video sooner than you think. This is Akshata saying bye, take care, stay healthy, stay fit, be kind and loving to one another. So till we meet again, bye.